Hi, little skeletons. It is Disney Queen Skelly here, and welcome back to our Reacting to Marathon. Today we are reacting to Story Time with Harleybaby. My apartment complex lost power for 14 hours. She got this idea from my Chatting Skeletons podcast. I said she should do something like, she wanted to, she could do something similar, but she decided to do something called Story Time with Harleybaby. So, I believe this is the first one she ever uploaded, if memory serves me correctly. So let's see what happened. There's her favorite intro card. It did say number 1, so this is the first Story Time with Harleybaby.
Hey Puddins, it's Harleybaby45 here, and welcome to the first episode of Story Time with Harleybaby.
You look cute.
These are going to be little vlogs where I am telling different stories of things that happened throughout, my life, or things that happened, just things here and there. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is my apartment had a power outage for 14 hours.
I remember at one point my house lost power during the hottest day of the year last year, which I believe is a Chatting Skeletons episode. But I cannot imagine losing power for 14 hours, especially because I do believe this was during the summer.
Now, it wasn't just my apartment, it was my entire complex. So basically what happened was at about...
Random thought, we share the same Joker. This one right here.
10:45 in the morning, the power went out. A transformer blew. And about 15 minutes later, a second one. So nobody in the entire complex had power.
Most likely the transformer blew due to the heat, because that happened to me back in high school once, and it was terrifying.
I woke up to that, because I wake up kind of early afternoon, because I stay up late, so I sleep in late. So basically, what happened was we didn't have any power, and the people from the electric company were trying to work on it, trying to get, generators in and all this type of thing. So during the day, we were okay. We were able to see everything, and we can tell from our phones what time it was. Then it got to nighttime. That's when it was really, really hard to see. So it's a good thing here we have like 80,000 flashlights.
In my house, we also have like 80,000 flashlights and like a couple of lanterns. So if this were to ever happen to us, we'd be prepared.
So, and my mom and I wanted to play some board games just to pass the time because we couldn't watch TV or really do anything electronically. So we decided to play some board games, and it was hilarious playing board games via flashlights. We had like 5
That's certainly an adventure, though.
or 6 flashlights on at one time, and we were playing games. And then, toward the end of the night, I decided to color, which is a favorite hobby of mine. So I'm like coloring and coloring and coloring. The front half of where I live literally got power back. So, which was great. We actually called our neighbor saying, hey, you guys have power yet? And they're like, no. We had power back for like a second, and then it went back down again.
That happened to us during the power outage during the hottest day of the year last year here in California.
So this was actually it was pretty frustrating because, we had to go by flashlight, it was hard to see, and plus having a power outage and having no power for that long, it was an experience, let me tell you. And I was busy coloring a picture in my Disney Villains coloring book at about 1:17 a.m.
I honestly wouldn't be able to go to sleep until the power came back on, too. I would be, terrified to sleep with the power off.
We get power back. Now, my dad and I were like, because we're the only ones up at the time, we're like, okay, let's not get overzealous, let's not get super excited, let's wait a few minutes and see if the power actually stays up. Sure enough, it stayed up. I put everything away, and I went to bed that night knowing that I could actually fall asleep the way I usually do.
And she kind of sleeps the same way I do. I usually for me, I turn on my laptop, and then I turn on my phone to produce, a flashlight in my room, and then I go to sleep that way. I believe she watches, YouTube or something on her TV and falls asleep.
I usually fall asleep to my TV. So I was able to fall asleep the way I wanted to, and because I was, I made not a promise, but I was like, you know what, I'm not going to bed until the power comes back on. Like, I don't care if it's like 3, 4 in the morning, not going to bed till the power comes back on.
I can completely agree with you there.
Because I cannot go to bed in dead silence, and there's no way for me to charge my phone for the day or for the night. So it was definitely, nobody was scared or anything, but we were trying to figure out how in the world the Transformers
Speaking of charging my phone,
blew, and apparently I guess one of them was just so old that it just finally just went kaput. And the other one, we have no idea. So
if the other one was old, I would bet the other one might have been due to the heat, because I believe around this time California was experiencing some pretty high temperatures.
that is my story time for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below if you guys ever had a power outage like this, and if it actually lasted as long as ours did. Like I said, 14 hours. It was crazy. Thank you so much for watching, twins. I love you.
Is she sure it was 14 hours? Because she said they lost power at 10:15. So 12 hours would be 10:15 p.m., 11, 12, 1, 2. They lost power for 16 hours, not 14 hours. But it's okay. The math isn't important. I thank y'all so much for watching. That was a pretty intense story, if you ask me. I could not imagine living in my house all day without any power, especially because I do this for one, and for two, one of the times that the power went out here at my house. This isn't a Chatting Skeletons episode, but one of the times the power went out at my house, my laptop was plugged in from the night before, and it completely messed up my laptop, and now it's dependent on the charger. And not only that, but my phone dies pretty quickly because it's older, and not only that, but hubby's phone dies a lot faster because it's older. So I mean, we really would not be able to handle a situation like that. I mean, yeah, I would definitely do the thing of playing board games, or coloring, doing stuff like that just to occupy our time. But I mean, unless we used hubby's what's it called, the power pack, the portable charger, we wouldn't be able to play in dead silence. It would just be really, really awkward. Anyways, I thank y'all so much for watching. Please go subscribe to Harleybaby. The original video will be linked in the description box below, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, little skeletons. Stay safe, and I love you guys.